So Rings of Power came out. We all watched it. And obviously, we all loved it.
This show is an insult to Tolkien,
Watching a slow-motion car accident,
cringe-inducing garbage,
disaster of a show.
It's not great.
and a $1 billion middle finger to the fandom.
But did it deserve the response it got? Did it deserve this? And that? And this? Yeah, kind of did. Most of us have loved Lord of the Rings for a really long time. A lot of us grew up with it. And a lot of us just fell in love with the storytelling as adults, but everybody loves Lord of the Rings. And so when a new show called Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power comes out, it has some big shoes to fill. And it's not going to be easy to fill them. But you would think that if you were going to try and do that, if you were going to try and make something stand up to Lord of the Rings, you would bring in the best people possible. You would bring in the best damn directors, the best producers, people with experience, people who know what they're doing and know how to make this without messing it up. And with that in mind, Amazon hires 2 people with absolutely zero experience. Genius. Absolutely genius. So okay, they hire 2 people who don't really know what they're doing. They haven't done it before. They don't have very much experience. They're probably going to come on with a lot of humility. They're probably going to come in and think, we haven't done this before. We aren't geniuses. We can't stand up to Tolkien just by ourselves. We're going to need guidance. We're going to need to look to the source material, to what Tolkien himself wrote. And we're going to have to take a lot of inspiration from that and just try to do that justice. And then maybe, we can pull this off. And do they do that? They throw the source material away. They don't care about the source material. They decide what the source material is now. They are Tolkien now. They make all these decisions. Get rid of whatever they don't like. They pick and choose from the source material. We kind of like that. Kind of don't like that. And decide that they can do it better than Tolkien did. And it played out wonderfully. The reviews, fantastic. Everybody loved it. Standing ovations all around. Critics adored it. Or, they didn't. But when you making as much money as they are, who really cares? Now I have to be honest. I tried to enjoy the show. There were moments that I liked. There were moments that were entertaining and some that were fun. But overall it just felt mediocre. I tried getting into it. I tried making theories about it, making fun videos about it. But ultimately it just became kind of a struggle to like it. The show wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible. It just wasn't good either. It was just mediocre. But for it to be mediocre and call itself Lord of the Rings is just disappointing. A show about Lord of the Rings had so much potential. So many things they could have done. So many ways they could have made it good. And the way they went about it was just dull and just mediocre. Mediocre is the best word I can think of. I think that describes it perfectly. I'm not going to go into detail about every little thing they did wrong because there's already so many videos on YouTube about that you can watch if you want to. But the series is just disappointing. It's the only way to describe it really. It just could have been better and it wasn't. And maybe season 2 will be a lot better, but they'll have to try and work off of what they did in season 1. So maybe they'll just scrap season 1 entirely, or maybe they'll just try and make the best of it. I've heard that they're going to get rid of the 2 guys that were running it and bring in some new guys to do it instead. I don't know how that's going to go or who they're going to pick. But if they do that, then maybe there could be some improvements. I'm going to stay cautiously optimistic for season 2. Season 2 still could be good. They can still do great things with Lord of the Rings. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree. Whatever you think, let me know in the comments below. And thanks for watching.